So what you are doing is you are looking at, there's a few things you said key. First of all, you are looking at, instead of doing one set of analysis, you are doing that several times, and what you are checking is really the trends. Is the impression share going up or going down, or is it the same? And then based on what you see, you are, of course, you are always looking to increase your conversion, right? So that's the ultimate goal. So in order to increase your conversion, you are trying to make it more relevant to whatever the search term is. And of course, all roads lead to the main picture, right? So that gets you the most click-through, and then therefore increase your pool of candidates who will buy the product on the product detail page. And then you're taking action. But another thing that you mentioned is you're tracking the events.
Yeah.
So that means that if you change the image, somewhere in your analysis, that event change has to show up and it tell you, right? So how do you do all this? I mean, what is the tool that you use, or how do you, because there's so much that is being done.
Yeah, so we built out a lot of this tracking in Google Sheets. And so we've built out a database where we can drop in month over month impression share, search query performance, all of that. We then can pull it into the database sheet that is going to analyze that performance month over month. And then we've got a separate tracker within that sheet that's tracking actions taken. And so we'll segment data by action and by date. And then the following columns, when we pull in the new data and look at the performance over time, will be after action, right? So we look at it as before and after action taken, and it's all tracked in one sheet.
Okay. So that's quite a basket to put all your eggs in.
So that it's quite a basket. And I think the one thing I always come back to here is we are looking at Amazon differently than most people look at Amazon, because we are not saying we want Amazon to be as large a revenue channel as possible. And so it's a very different lens to say we have one goal in mind, and that's what we're trying to optimize for. And we can tailor our entire tracking, entire KPI dashboard, everything to that one specific goal for the brand.
Yeah. Well, I mean, look, what you are doing is, in fact, what everybody should be doing, right? I mean, at the end of the day, what is the goal? The goal is to maximize your impression share, and Amazon is going to give you more and more of those impressions if they find that you're relevant to the keyword. So
precisely,
once you increase your starting from the 0 point, you get certain amount of impression share, then you're going to get certain amount of click-through. So the goal then becomes increase the click-through rate. So how do you increase the click-through rate? You make the main picture relevant to the search term. That's what you're doing. So and then once the customer or potential customer clicks through your listing, the next thing you're doing is maximize the conversion. So how do you maximize the conversion? So you provide the content with the A+ and the bullets and everything else, your videos, you know, how convincing you are with the information you provide, that will get you the purchases. And again, you make it relevant to the search term. If you out of 100 search terms, if you can hone in on the top 10, 15, and then you make your content relevant to those, well, you're going to get your conversion go up, right? It's very simple. That gives you more sales. So it's not, this is extremely smart in the sense that you are also looking at, with the search term impression, where your money is going. So if you are building content to increase conversion, on certain search terms, but your spending is fairly anemic on those search terms. Why increase the spending, right? So that you can dominate even further. So
Exactly.
it's you are extremely I would say crafty, because you present this whole thing like, we're not trying to drive revenue on the, but actually this is exactly what you do. This is drive revenue.
Well, it is. And to your point, a lot of what we're doing is figuring out how do we invest resources and allocate resources with the highest ROI. And so we may say, based on the terms we're uncovering, we need to go make a new video ad, right? Or we need to go completely redo our A plus content. It's just not relevant to where we're seeing that traction. And so everything we're doing, to your point, it's about revenue. It's about being crafty. It's about driving results, but it may be within one very specific niche or area of where we're trying to drive that performance.
Yeah, cool.